Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a viewer request. I was asked to share how I made the frame on this cover sheet. I made a couple ephemera pieces using my daughter's vintage rose pocket and folio and ephemera. This is at a really great price, and it's 7 pages including the cover sheet. I shared this yesterday. So I'm going to show how I did this. I don't have this one cut out, but I have another one cut out, and let me see. These are all the little pieces from the kit. Whoops. So I will do that one, and I'll share how I did that. Sorry, I am cold today. All right, I'm thinking that this is going to be a little bit, I'm going to lose a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, that'll be all right. So what I did, I'll start from the beginning. This is the cardstock I used. It's Recollection, and it's their blush, 65 pound. It's more of a vintage pink. So I didn't even know about this cardstock. When I was making die cuts for my Etsy shop, Lorette Chandler, this is her favorite pink color. So I have some of that in my stash. Let's see. So I covered this with this lace that's on a roll. I got this at Joann's when it was on sale. So I need my die to see how big. This is the die I used. It's Spellbinders Majestic Elements. And I did look, you can still get these on eBay. So I'll put the number is S5, sorry, 161. It's a really great die to have because there's so many elements there. So I cut that back piece out with the lace out of this one, so that's the size I want. So I'll just set the rest of this aside. And a little trimmer. I like to cut my cardstock when I'm die cutting down to a square size. So I'm thinking, I don't know, I'll take this out so I can see. So I'm thinking 4.5 will get me good. Oh, wait a minute. I think I did whatever size this was, so I didn't waste any lace. This is 6 wide. All right, so I'm going to go 6 wide. Yep. And I'll just glue one. I have some that I already glued because when you're die cutting lace or fabric, it's great if you could have it dry. Otherwise it doesn't cut good. So I'm just going to lop off a piece here. Well, actually, yeah. Okay, that's all I need. I gotta sit up straight here. So I'm just gonna put glue stick And I prefer the Scotch permanent glue stick for fabric or lace onto paper. A lot of times I'm gonna have to get that off. A little piece of black cardstock. I was cutting cardstock and gluing. Okay, that'll show up in my project. I should have a paper. Just not with it this morning. Lots to do, so little time. So I'll just show this in another project I have too. And I'm being generous with the glue. I want total coverage because I want it to stay. So you could make this and it could be a journal topper or like I used on a little cover. Okay. Then I'm just going to lay this. I'm going to try to find the top. That's the top. The roughest side is normally the top. If I'm wrong, just correct me. So I'm just going to lay this on there and then use your whatever burnishing tool you use. This is going to be a little noisy because I'm quite aggressive with it because I want good contact with the glue. You want that lace pushed down into that cardstock. So there you go. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. I would let it totally dry before you die cut it. And let me get the stickies off of my fingers here. And to save time, I did a couple here. Looks like I did a little bit smaller, but that's okay. So I'm going to cut one of these out. And I did not bring my machine over. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out, and this is a little bit, I think it'll be all right. I like to put my dies at an angle. It helps with everything. So I'm just going to give this a trim here. I'm thinking I can cut this a little bit smaller. That's what I'm thinking, just so I have an angle. And this could be like a page tab or something. All right, I'm going to go with that. Just so I could get a little bit of an angle running it through the die. And I forgot to bring a cutting plate. Totally flying by the seat of my pants this morning. And I'm just going to run this through. One shot should get it. There you go. If you have more intricate dies like this second piece here, you might have to run it back and forth quite a few times to get that. Detail. The thicker the lace, the harder it is. Some work better than others. I find that you could put a cardstock shim on top, and that does help too. All right, so there's that piece. So that is the backdrop. So this is going to go on here. And I want to cut out my top piece first before I figure out how I'm going to orient that. Probably something like that. And I'm just going to cut it out of white. And I got my scrap bucket here. I should have some white that will work, maybe. No, that's copy paper. Okay, I don't. So the white cardstock I like to use is this Pen and Gear. I get it from Walmart. It's 110 pound. I really like the brightness of it. All right, so I'm just going to rough cut something here. Oh, and I also need a plastic piece for here too. Okay, let me cut this out first. Again, I'm going to try to put it in at an angle as much as I can. I could cut this off to help. And I know this die, so I'm going to run it back through again. Alright, I'm going to move this to the side. So I'm going to have to get some pieces out. Alright, I forgot I need this other piece. This is going to go on top, so that's not going to be big enough, don't think. Alright, I got to cut another piece. I totally messed that up. This just does the detail. This cuts out the whole entire thing. So I'm going to pull this off. I will use it, but I don't have enough room for that. So that there's just the detail. This might be a blooper video. My video yesterday that I shared my junk mail journal that I want to start. I started that video over 4 times. The 4th time I finally got it. I don't know. I like this pokey tool from the Dollar Tree. It has a smaller tip and it seems to get in there quicker. Some of these, like, they get stuck in the hole or they don't push all the way down in, and this is just a lot quicker for me. Some of these pieces are a little bit stubborn, but I love the results. This one here don't want to come out. Okay, 3 more there. One little piece right there. It's being a stinker. I think because there's tape or something on there where I taped it. it got in the hole. All right, I should be able to get this now. So I'm going to put this way and tape. I'll tape the outside one first. And then I'll bring in the center one and tape that one. So we got the sun out today again, which is great. I love it. The snow is melting. I'm just going to line that up on the inside there. Put a couple pieces of tape, and then I want to, just going to move this one tape here because I want to cut this off. There we go. Bring my machine back up. Be all right. I'm just going to take a peek. I can see where it's cut. Okay, I think I'm good there. Hopefully I didn't put my big head in the camera. Oh, I need to cut out one more piece too. Okay. I need to cut that center piece out too. Sometimes this tape is like a one-use thing. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my tea. All right, that's the beauty of this die set. There's one more piece that cuts out the center. There's so many options. So while I have it together, I'm going to run it through right there and take this tape off. Put that on. Okay, and get rid of that. Should do it. Okay, take that off, and I got another piece to use in another project. If you die cut this other piece out here into something, you can make that into something. There's just so many layers. I love this die set. If you can, I know I looked today. It is on eBay. It's a great set. And I got that at Tina Crafty Bean in her D stash. It was an awesome find. All right, so I have that for something else. So now I'm going to poke all my little pieces out. these 3-corner pieces come out. I like to leave it in there and then poke my pieces out. That way I'm not pulling pieces out of the paper and the die. That one there. There's those two. And then there's a little one right here. This one right here. And two, if your die didn't really cut good or a little corner won't come out, you can always lay it flat while your paper is still in there. And I always take, well, I use this and I just go like that across the back. It pushes that paper in there and finishes the cut. I learned that from, oh, I can't think of her name. I know her channel name was Deli Girl. Deli Girl. Hopefully it'll come to me, but she's not doing videos anymore, but I used to love watching her. Seen her do that one day because I was cutting stuff where it didn't cut all the way through, and like she showed that and I was like, that's great. Love that tip. All right. Oh, one more piece here. Oh, quite a few pieces that didn't come out. Not really sure. Okay, there's one right here. Okay, I think I got it. All right, pull this off. It's pretty intricate, so it's a stinker. Just do that, and I take a gift card or credit card, whatever, and just kind of do that so you don't distort your die cut. Just kind of push it. There we go. There's that. So that's that frame. So that's going to go on there. This is going to go underneath. So now I need a piece of, I used some vintage protector sheets to go in there. So I'm going to cut one out of this back frame here. So let me do that. So I have these clear protector sheets. I don't know if I have one big enough. This one, yeah, this is big enough. Here, okay. I might have to wipe it off with alcohol, but okay. This might be 2 sheets, yeah. So I only need half of this. Just gonna cut this. Use that one. This stuff is very clingy, so I try to keep it in this envelope to keep it clean. All my scraps in the front, and I have larger pieces in the back. I do have a big box of these, and I only, you know, pull out what I'm needing. But that was a nice score at the thrift store many moons ago. Alright, so I'm going to have to cut this down. Normally I cut this on my trimmer. I'm just going to try to rough cut it without cheating myself here. Oops, come on. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. If you're worried about the imprints from this getting into your plastic, you can put a piece of copy paper over the top just to protect it, or a scrap piece of paper. Oh, got static. Alright, I should have all my pieces now. I'm just going to pull this off. Oops. Okay. So here's my piece. So I'm going to attach this to the back of here. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Kind of hard to see. So I'm just going to go around the edge with the art glitter glue and try to set this on here. I gotta not be heavy-handed with it because it will ooze out. And then I'm just gonna go just dab on the inside of here. Oops. I'm dabbing because I get heavy-handed. It's a thing. Alright, I'm going to try to lay this on here. Because there's no moving once you get it on there. Okay, I think I'm good. I might have some too much glue. Yep. Okay, I'm just going to take a alcohol wipe and try to clean the front and back so there's no smudging. Okay, I think that's on the back. Got a clean paper towel I'm going to lay it on and just give the back a quick. I have I don't know if I had a Swiffer in here that I was using to get after this kind of stuff. Okay, I think that's good. So then this is going to go on here. I love that. I love it with the plastic. It reminds me of like a photo. Just feel like there's something else on there. Okay. So now I need to decide this, where this is going to go. Probably like so. Maybe turn it this way a little bit. Like that. I think I'm just going to do it like that. Right there. And I'm going to have to use some because this is fabric, I'm going to use the 3-in-1. So what I'm going to do is tape it on this leaf so I can glue part of it and then the rest of it. So I'm going to hold this and just put a piece of tape here, and then I'm just going to flip it up and put some glue on it, because that's kind of the place where I want it. Then I can just take the tape off and get the other end. Okay. That works. So let me just peek in here and real quickly, and so that's down there. Oh, I was going to go around the edges with my vintage photo I did on this one, and I kind of like that I did that. Oh well. So now I'm going to, I think I'm going to go back to the art glitter glue, because I think that holds the plastic pretty good. And I'm just going to go around the outside of this and try to lay it on, I think. Like that. Yeah, I need to do the back side of this. So I'm just going to dab, because I feel like the last piece I got too much glue. That should get it. This is the tricky part, getting this to line up. Go with the bottom. Oops, I'm over too far. There we go. It's not going to be perfect, but yeah, like that. All right. Just going to try to give this a gentle press. You might have to tack some glue. I did glue these little pieces. Once I had it down on this one, I just snuck some glue up underneath there with a pin. Put some glue on a pin. You can kind of tuck it under there. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty. That's so pretty. So I would just let this dry. I did put mine in between a book page with parchment paper on each side. I just have little wispies from die cutting on there. But I like how that turned out. Okay, I will glue these little pieces down here. Let me grab a pin. Like right here, under here. Just put some glue on a pin and just kind of dab it under there and then push it down. But I want this to dry all the way. So I really like how that turned out. And then you could just put it on anything, really. This could be a card, actually. So there's that. And then the other idea I had Let's see. Will I need this? Yeah, I'll need this. Just going to move that out of the way. I made these, and it's kind of the same concept where you're framing out a digital or a photo or something. This one here, I have plastic in there. You can see it there. I love how that turned out. This one I did first. I didn't put any plastic in there, and I felt like it was missing something. I still love it, but I like the plastic in there. So these are from my daughter Heather's Etsy WoodlandSilver. It's Fern, Pocket Folio, and Ephemera pack, and she has a really good price on these. It's 6 pages including the cover, so you get the cover there, which you can totally use this area here. And then there's this page here. Oops. Yep. I just printed on photocopy paper from Staples. I just asked them what they would print digitals on, and she gave me a pack of paper. So, yeah. There's this here that has the mini folder, and then the side pocket here, and the smaller pocket here. This page here has 2 tags and labels, cards, tickets, and tags. And then this one here is a coin envelope. This page here is photos and postage, and that's where I got these from. I love that image. And then I love the postage image. And then this one here, I'll show you how to do this one. I've already got it cut out. These I printed on my inkjet paper. So I'll go ahead and do that. So that's her Fern Pocket Folio and Ephemera pack, and you cannot beat the price. Alright, so I'll show you how I have. So I have some wallpaper here that I glued to cardstock. I just had a scrap piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to die cut that out. And the die I used is this one here. It's Crafter's Companion-Gemini Interchangeable Elegant Frame. And this is another one I got from Tina at Crafty Bean. And let's see which piece I'm going to use. I'm going to use this frame piece. It comes with, like, you can cut out here's the front. You're invited, congratulations, and enjoy the, what's it say? Enjoy the something. I can't see it. Oh, enjoy your special day. Okay. So it's mainly for making cards, but this is wallpaper that I got from Angela, the Traveling Crafters live sale, but I got it from Carol Crinkle Path. I got a bunch of this, and I love the color. So I'm going to try to die cut that out. So, let's see, this has to be 5 by 5. I'm going to cut this out 5 by 5, I think. It has a square die, yeah. Well, let me do that. I'll just cut it out. Move this over so I don't have to drag my big cutter over here. So I'm just going to take this down So this is another option. You can, if you have frame dies, this doesn't cut out the center, and I'll show you how I got around that. It just does the detail. So put that in there. You could just cut this out of any page and it'll just give you this detail here. It doesn't cut that out. I could have just glued this in the front here on top of there, but I really love the idea of having a little photo in the background. That could be in front of a card too. All right, so I'm gonna try to marry these two together here. I'm going to move my tape because I'm going to have to cut some of this off. It just fits with this, the square around the outside in my die cut machine. So I'm not able to put it at much of an angle. So it's going to give me some resistance here. And that's the whole key to putting your dies at an angle. And it's going to pop. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to take this outside piece off, but I'm going to leave the inner piece on. This is just for something, this is just for what I'm making today. So I want that to stay, and you'll see why. So it just cuts that square. I'm going to keep that off. I'm going to run it through again, just because I know that this is a stinker, and I have heavy cardstock and wallpaper. So I'm just going to run it through. I was able to put it at an angle because I got rid of the outside piece. Okay. Let's see what we got. That looks pretty good. A lot of little pieces. Okay, and before I take it out of the die, this is not necessary with this die, but what I wanted to do, I'm going to cut this frame out here using my utility knife, which I don't like to use, but never be in a hurry when using this or distracted. Okay, I need to cut a little bit more there. The corners is what gives me the troubles. All right, let me just see where I'm at here. Okay, that corner there. Let me take this tape off. Okay. I don't want to push it because it'll give me a not so nice corner. I know there's probably a lot of people cringing. I do that when I see people using that rotary cutter too, but I really love how these turned out. So I think I got it. Yes, 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 yes. So I got this little piece of wallpaper to make something out of as well. Okay, get rid of that. And then I'm gonna get all my little pieces out. I'm curious to see how the wallpaper looks. I'm just gonna pull it out just because there's a lot of little tiny holes and it'll just be easier that way. Just kind of push them with my hand a little bit. Another great tool to use is you can use this. I find useful on some things, but not on other things. My go-to, pick up a toothbrush from the dollar store. I've had this one for a long time, only for crafting. And some of them are going to be a little bit more stubborn than others because this is cardstock and wallpaper. But I love the texture. I love the color. Just takes a little time to get all those little pieces out, but I love the outcome. I know this part right here does not cut good. There we go. Almost there. Oh, a couple more. I just want to get everything out because I'm going to put some protector sheet behind here and I don't want to have anything trapped. Okay, I think we're good there. All right. There's that. And I just take my bone folder. Like I got a little piece of, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that or not, where it didn't quite cut it very good. Let me see if I can try to snip that little corner. I'm just going to leave it, so I'll just make it worse. Just take your bone folder and push that back down. Just kind of burnish it. It's not going to be perfect, but alright. So there's that. There's my frame. And then I'm going to put this on the back side of here, but I got to cut it down a little bit. Yeah, I love that. And I did cut some plastic ahead of time. That's going to go behind here. So I will put that on first. Just give it a, I still got my alcohol wipe here. Just going to give it a quick clean. I try to keep a couple clean paper towels for stuff like this. Okay, that should be good. All right, I'm going to attach this to the back side of here, get that drying, and I'm going to have to cut this down. I do have a template that I made. All right, just going to put glue around the outside here and try to lay this plastic on here. Hopefully I'm in frame here. This is what I used on this one here, and so far so good. Oh no, it is coming up. So I might sew around that. I just don't think the art glitter glue likes it, the plastic. So if you don't want to deal with the glue, don't use the plastic. I'm not even going to bother if it's not going to stick. So I'm going to try to lay this down straight, hopefully. That looks pretty good. So I probably will stitch all the way around here, just a straight stitch. That'll look good too. So on my next ones, I won't cut it out with this here. I will just cut it out and leave myself enough room so I have enough room to sew all the way around. So that's food for thought there. Alright, so this I need to cut down. And I'm just going to use my permanent marker here. Hopefully this is the right size. Because I don't want my image to show beyond the design. So let me just cut this off. I may have to trim it a little bit more. I love this Fern kit. Okay, let me see how that fits. Might have to cut it a little bit more. Something on there. All kinds of stuff on there. What happened to me? Alright, let me see. Oh, I love that with the wallpaper. That's really cool. I gotta trim a little bit here. Okay, still gotta trim. Somehow my template's off. So let me just see. I don't want to cut too much. Okay, that looks pretty good for there. And then I'm going to cut a little bit off each edge here. Okay. Hopefully I didn't cut too much. Just enough to tack it behind there. Yeah, we're good. Okay, I think I'm going to use the 3-in-1. I'm just going to go like just barely on the edge. Now, trick is to get this center and got glue everywhere. I think that looks pretty good. Well, I can still see a little bit. Move that up a little bit. see if I can trim just a little bit off of here. No. What not to do. Okay, that looks pretty good. I like that. So now I got to figure out a background, and background is kind of whatever makes you happy or makes the project pop. I do have some extra plastic here because I didn't line it up very good, but that's okay. So there's with the brown, which is cool, or cream cardstock. I like that. Or white cardstock. I like it with the white. So I am going to put some glue on it. And I'm going to use the 3-in-1 because I see the art glitter did not do it for me. So I'll redo that. I can pull that off and put that back on there. So I'm put some 3-in-1 all the way around here. 3-in-1 fabric tack. Same. Well, I don't think they're the same, but and what am I going to do there? That's going on there. I want to make sure that sticks. Probably could have done glue stick on the back side of there. I wasn't thinking that out. Let's see if I can lay this on here. Ooh, I like that so much. Very cool. So just by framing, if you have a frame die or like a layering die, you can do anything. I love that. That's so cool. It's like a photograph. All right, I'm gonna let those dry. So there's my share for today. I wished I'd have put plastic behind there because that's really cool, but it did stick really good. What I did was just took my cardstock, put glue stick over the whole thing, and just laid that down, and the glue stick dried. So that might be the way to go. A lot easier than dealing with the plastic, though I do love the plastic. So I think in the future I would just cut, with this particular die, I would just cut out the frame and leave myself a little border around, cut a little bit bigger. I think this is 5 by 5, and maybe leave myself a border so I can stitch it on the sewing machine because I love the stitching. I can still squeak stitch line here in there. I might do that. So that's that. That's my share for today. And where's my little rose? So I love how that turned out. All right, I hope that was helpful for my viewer. And that's really pretty. I like how that turned out. So not sure if that's sticking. We'll have to see. I might have to put some 3-in-1 in there. We'll see. All right, and my daughter's Fern pocket folio and ephemera pack has a really great price on it, and that's where I made these from. Really love those. That was just from one page. Well, not that page. Just from that page right there. So, really cool. All right. Take care. Bye.